Shadows over Rivertown Number 3. Sarah and the officers scrambled to find their footing as the smoke thickened. By the time it cleared, the shadowy figure had disappeared, leaving behind only the ominous note. The ritual must be completed. Sarah pocketed the note, her mind racing with possibilities. She knew they were running out of time. Back at the police station, the journal and the note were being analyzed. Cryptic symbols and fragmented passages began to form a clearer picture. The secret society, known as the Order of the Shadows, believed that the completion of a ritual during a lunar eclipse would grant them supernatural powers. The next lunar eclipse was only 2 days away. Sarah worked tirelessly, piecing together the clues. She discovered that the final stage of the ritual required a specific location, an abandoned chapel on the outskirts of Rivertown, a place long rumored to be haunted. It all made sense now. They took Emily there to complete the ritual, but she had managed to escape, prompting them to find a new sacrifice. As night fell on the eve of the lunar eclipse, Sarah gathered her team. They had to act fast to prevent the ritual. The chapel loomed in the distance as they approached, its silhouette stark against the moonlit sky. The air was heavy with anticipation. Inside, the chapel was filled with flickering candles and strange symbols painted on the walls. In the center stood an altar, and behind it, the shadowy figure, now unmasked, revealing the face of Dr. Henry Clark. Dr. Clark. "It's over," Sarah called out, stepping forward with her gun drawn. Clark turned slowly, his eyes filled with a maniacal gleam. "You cannot stop the inevitable, detective. The ritual will be completed." With a swift motion, Clark pulled a lever, causing a hidden door to open. From the darkness emerged the members of the Order, cloaked and chanting. They moved towards Sarah and her team, who were vastly outnumbered. "Stand back," Sarah shouted, but the chanting grew louder. Just as the situation seemed dire, a loud crash echoed through the chapel. Emily, along with Officer Johnson, burst through a side door, holding torches and makeshift weapons. "We will stop you," Emily cried. A fierce struggle ensued. Sarah and her team fought bravely, trying to subdue the cult members. Clark, seeing his plan unravel, grabbed a ceremonial dagger and lunged at Sarah. She dodged, and with a swift move, disarmed him. Clark fell to the ground, defeated. The remaining cult members, seeing their leader incapacitated, began to flee. Johnson and the other officers quickly rounded them up, ensuring none escaped. Emily, shaken but determined, approached Sarah. "Thank you for believing in me," she said as her voice trembled. "It's over now," Sarah reassured her, placing a hand on her shoulder. With Clark and the cult members in custody, the town of Rivertown could finally breathe a sigh of relief. The lunar eclipse came and went without incident, the dark ritual forever thwarted. In the days that followed, Sarah reflected on the case. The journal and the symbols were locked away as evidence, a reminder of the dangers that lurked in the shadows. But she knew that as long as there were people like her and her team, those shadows would never prevail. As she walked through the quiet streets of Rivertown, the first light of dawn breaking on the horizon, Sarah felt a renewed sense of purpose. She had faced the darkness and emerged victorious. And she knew that no matter what came next, she was ready.